Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is lying to you. Not because you're careless, but because it's wired to make invisible mistakes in judgment. These mental traps shape your decisions, your beliefs, even your relationships, and most of the time you don't even notice it. So what are they? And more importantly, are you being controlled by them right now? Welcome back to the channel where we explore psychology, philosophy, and self-improvement to help you think deeper and live smarter. Today, we're diving into 7 powerful cognitive biases, hidden shortcuts in your brain that silently control the way you see the world. By the end of this video, you'll not only spot these biases in action, but also learn how to defend yourself against them. And trust me, once you see them, you'll never be able to unsee them. 1. Confirmation bias definition. We search for and believe information that supports what we already think, and ignore what doesn't. Example, imagine you believe a certain diet works. You'll notice every success story online, but ignore the studies showing it fails. Suspense line. But what if I told you your brain tricks you not just with information, but even with how you remember your own past? 2. Availability heuristic definition. We judge how likely something is based on how easily we can recall examples. Example, hear about a plane crash on the news? You'll suddenly feel flying is more dangerous, even though it's statistically safer than driving. Suspense line. Now, this next bias doesn't just fool you into fearing the wrong things. It makes you believe you're smarter than you actually are. 3. Dunning-Kruger effect definition. People with little knowledge or skill tend to overestimate their ability, while experts often underestimate theirs. Example, someone who just learned about investing suddenly thinks they can beat Wall Street. Suspense line, but the brain doesn't stop there. It can even trick you into falling in love with the wrong choices. 4. Anchoring bias definition. We rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive. Example, a product marked $500 but discounted to $299 feels like a bargain, even if it's overpriced. Suspense line. And sometimes, the way you frame information completely flips your decision without you even noticing. 5. Framing effect definition. The way something is presented changes how we perceive it, even if the facts are the same. Example, a doctor saying 90 survival rate feels more comforting than 10 chance of death, though both mean the same. Suspense line. The next bias is even sneakier. It makes you cling to things you should let go of. 6. Loss aversion definition. We fear losing something more than we value gaining the same thing. Example, people hold on to a losing stock too long, hoping it'll recover instead of cutting losses. Suspense line. And finally, perhaps the most dangerous bias, the one that silently shapes your entire worldview. 7. Negativity bias definition. We remember and focus on negative events more than positive ones. Example, you might get 10 compliments but obsess over the single criticism. Suspense line. And this one bias is why so many people stay stuck, even when they have every reason to move forward. So far, we've uncovered how your brain tricks you with confirmation bias, availability heuristic, overconfidence, anchoring, framing, and loss aversion. And we just saw how negativity bias can poison your perception. But here's the big takeaway. These biases aren't flaws. They're shortcuts your brain uses to survive. The problem is, in today's world, those shortcuts often backfire. To recap, your brain is constantly nudging you toward shortcuts. Confirmation bias, framing, loss aversion, and the rest. They save energy, but they can also cost you opportunities, relationships, but even happiness. The next time you catch yourself making a quick judgment, pause and ask, is this really me thinking, or just my bias speaking? If you found this eye-opening, you'll love my next video on 10 psychology tricks to outsmart your own brain. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And remember, awareness is the first step toward freedom.